this flame. I got this fire.
Hey everybody, MEMEroflCHIPPS here, and we are back with more Mudrunners. Woo! And so, that was a great introduction. Hope you guys liked it. We are going to run the bog with the 3 scout vehicles from American Wilds to figure out which one is the best. I got the Ford F-150, put everything on it besides the bed cap, so that way, I don't know, I just don't like the bed cap. The K5, throw everything on there real quick. You've already seen a bunch of that with me driving it all over the place. And then there's the Hummer H1. I have not used this one yet, so we're going to start with this one first. I'm going to call this the Tough Truck Challenge. I'm going to do it all from the first person's perspective to see really what it's like to drive one of these in what I think is a great vehicle simulation. And so with this, we are going to turn out of the garage to the right. We're going to go up through the river, and we are going to hit the fuel station. And yeah, we're going to hit the fuel station. We're going to get all of them to the fuel station. They're starting out great. But anyways, I haven't driven this yet, so we're going to beat it to death, maybe. The whole point of this is I wanted to see which one of these vehicles was actually, in my opinion, the best. And so this is going to be a multi-part episode series, figuring out which one can take the most abuse. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this because I had fun making this video. Let's go. Alright, and so now we're at the river crossing, kind of get a look at the interior of this. Yeah, not a whole lot of wheel slip going on, I guess, and yeah, let's dive right into it. Whoa. This is substantially this is substantially deeper than I thought it was, because I was just underwater for like a couple seconds. And now that we're up out of the water, let's put it in high and let's go. now that we've made it to the fuel station, this has, I believe, yeah, it's just like the other ones. It has the top rack, or the roof rack, and the trunk supplies. Fill that up. And we're going to go, second one is the F-150. You guys have watched me jump this off cliffs and roll it, and really, I've already run this truck through its paces for the most part, so I don't think we need too much of an introduction. So, yeah, let's get into it. We're at the first river crossing with the F-150, and haven't had too many difficulties. I didn't expect a whole lot with this truck so far anyways. I think the H1 definitely is ahead, I guess, if this was a race, but we'll see how this does going through the river. And obviously I'm going to leave you guys to be the judge of everything. I think the F-150 is taller than the H1, because the H1 was basically underwater for a good portion of the river. Alright, now that we're through the river, let's put it in high. nightfall, or well, night is falling as we pull into the fuel station with the H1. Fill this up with fuel because this has both the roof rack and the trunk space, even though it's a truck. It has a bed. And let's switch to the K1, or K1, the K5. And you guys have seen this extensively. Both of my playthroughs of the American Wilds, I have had this, and realistically, I have not been thoroughly impressed by it yet. So let's see what happens. Now it's time for the river crossing, and we can really see if this drowns, because like I said, so far I have not been impressed with this vehicle in anything I've done with it so far, and we're just having issues getting into the water, for that matter. I don't expect this to go well. And it seems like we are getting swept downriver and taking kind of a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna go too well. See if we can just barely crawl through the river. I'm gonna probably have to use the winch to get out of this, which I was hoping. Oh, I might make it out without the winch. But for time's sake, because I have a feeling this episode will be very long, so yeah, I'm gonna have to use the winch. And so this episode might end up being very long. I might cut some stuff out, or I might kind of fast forward through some stuff with some fantastic editing skills. But yeah, I'm again not impressed with the K5 at all. And here we are. We finally made it to the fuel station after being full of rage about this vehicle because it does not perform like I would hope it would. These are filled, and I think we're gonna go up and around right here, and we're gonna follow this down and back to the river, and then from there we'll see how long I've been recording at that point, and then decide what's going on then. And so we're yeah, let's go. And we've made it back to the river. I guess that wasn't too bad. But, so you guys don't get super upset with me about the mud building up and stuff like that. I'm gonna... Different vehicles take the lead for each run. This is the H1. Then following up the tail end of this second portion of this is going to be the F-150, and we'll see you at the river. Alright, that wasn't too bad, and here we are at the river, joining up with all the rest of them. Hey look, there's my trio. Yeah, so I will be making a whole series about these vehicles and the amount of abuse they can take on the bog. And if you guys liked watching this, please be sure to like it, leave me a comment on what you'd like to see next. Take it easy.